Allison and I met when we were about 13 years old, and Allison was very pretty then, as she always has been, and was getting a lot of attention, and had a crush on her really from the second I saw her.
It was about 7 years later, he came up to Michigan State University where I was in school. At first I ran away, I got really nervous.
And then we kind of talked a little bit, and then she kind of scampered off. I think in hindsight now she's told me that it was because she was nervous to be around me, because she had also always had a crush on me, which I did not know.
Well, I said yes to the first date because first off I had a crush on him, and then seeing him again, all those feelings came back, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to get to know him now, you know, as a young adult, and give it a go.
I do remember specifically being extremely nervous during the first date about my car and how she would react to my car. In my head, she was going to judge me as somebody who maybe was dating guys who were driving Ferraris and stuff like that, and I was pulling up in sort of my grandpa's car, literally.
So I was getting ready with my girlfriends, and I heard he had arrived. As I was making my way down the stairs, I came out to see him standing by the car, opened the door for me, which was beautiful, let me in, and we went off to the first date.
And we went to a sushi place in East Lansing, and I remember strangely it was a sushi place that also happened to serve pizza. And at that time I had a very limited palate, and I got pizza and Allison got sushi.
So Blake and I, after our first date, you know, kept dating for a few months, and it was going really well. One night he came over and he brought Casablanca, a movie that we watched together. But it was at the point in the relationship where, you know, I wasn't sure where it was going, and, you know, was this just something, you know, for college, summer was coming, I was planning to move to California, I wasn't sure what his plans were. So the night was not the best. We were kind of off a little bit, and I think he sensed that.
It had been 3 months, and I had not really told her how I felt, and it had been very casual up until that point. Even though I felt very serious about it, I hadn't really come out and said it.
The next day, I went to work, and my friend called and said, "There's a flower waiting for you on the doorstep of our house." So I came home from work, and it was an orange Gerber daisy, and it had a note on it that said, "Here's looking at you, kid," from the movie Casablanca. And it was everything I needed to know.
When your legs don't work like they used to before.
I was scrolling through tons of pictures of rings, and as soon as I saw it, I really thought that it looked like Allison, but in ring form, which I know might sound silly, but I still believe that it sort of evokes a princess in a good way.
It was Valentine's Day last year, 2015, and he wanted to take me somewhere special for dinner, which I thought was odd because the last 6 years we hadn't done anything for Valentine's Day. So I started guessing that maybe something more special than usual was going to happen. And we picked to spend some time, watch the sunset at the Griffith Observatory overlooking all of Los Angeles. However, it was Valentine's Day, so everybody had that cute romantic idea. So when we got up to the hill, he had to kind of pave a path for us to have a nice quiet area where there weren't hundreds of other cute couples having their Valentine's moment.
So we went down to this sort of area where you could sit on a rock and overlook the city. And then we probably sat there for about 45 minutes to an hour while I worked up the courage to propose to her.
I started to guess, you know, what was happening. And I was really excited, and I just wanted him to ask.
And then ultimately, Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud song came on.
He got down on one knee, he reminisced about meeting in 8th grade, and and the one funny thing I do remember, after I said yes, he hadn't opened the ring box yet, so I hadn't gotten to see the ring, and now it's pitch black, and I can't see anything even when he opens the box.
I had to take out my phone and turn on the flashlight on my phone so that I could show her the ring. And then when she saw the ring, it was almost like I had proposed all over again because she was so excited.
And I just remember like shooting my arms up into the air, like so excited and so happy that this was happening.
We found love right where we
love most about Blake really is he's a really good person who wants to make the world a great place. His way of being that makes everyone drawn to him and want to be near him. And I think I remember that when I met him when I was 13. That was something that drew me to him, was his confidence and personality and outgoing behavior. And no matter who he was talking to, he could make everyone happy.
Allison is one of the most cheerful and bright from the spirit people I've ever known. She has an infectious smile. She has an infectious attitude. She's fiercely loyal. She has a really good sense of right and wrong. I love, it's hard to make me laugh, and she makes me laugh all the time, and I love how easy it is to make her laugh.
I guess when I picture my life and I picture my future, it wouldn't seem complete without him there, really. It's not one specific thing or, many things. It's just, I can just picture our history, our future. And, yeah.
If I look back on my life, dating back to when I was 13, there really has only been one girl that I've always sort of kept in mind, and that was Allison, which I think, if there is such thing as fate, I guess that's it, because had you put a gun to my head at any point from the time I was 13 on, and you said you could only be with one girl that you know, I think Allison would have been my answer. So it's oftentimes surreal that we actually ended up together.
So about 10, 15 years from now, I would love to have a family, a start of a young family, and possibly a house, hopefully in Los Angeles, if that is suitable.
10, 15 years from now, I would assume we'll have a kid or two. And yeah, hopefully happy homeowners, the all white picket fence, the whole thing.